MTG Scoundrels, it's in the cardboard. Ladies and gentlemen, scoundrels of all ages, welcome back to another episode of Modern Weekly. Today on the docket, we have Jeskai Control versus Boros Energy. Both energy lists here have been taking over the format by storm and are primed to be two of the best competitors for the top deck in Modern, now that Nadu is out of the format. Looks like turn one here we have Guide of Souls for the Boros Energy player. Surveil land for the Jeskai player. Looks like keeping it on top and passing. Decided to play a mountain for turn here. Into Ophelia. That'll gain 1 life and 1 energy. And attacking for 1. Land for turn. Looks like an island there, and passing. Flooded Strand. Tapping 2. There's an Ajani. Bringing with it a cat token. I'll gain 2 life, gain 2 energy. And then Guide of Souls trigger and Phelia trigger. Guide of Souls going to get the 2 counters and the flying counter. And looks like we're going to blink the Ajani here as well. Coming back, gaining 2 more life. And passing the turn. That's a pretty strong start. Looks like we'll have a cycle of the Lorien revealed here on end step. That Ajani really is a hard counter card. You need to get rid of it as soon as you can. But really that's what the Boros Energy list is for the most part, especially here in later iterations. It's a bunch of cards you just have to deal with. That's why I've been saying it's the Jund of the format. Just power level wise. Tough decision here. Taking 2 off the Sacred Foundry. Casting a Phlage. Fetching a Plains. And there's an Ephemerate to blink the Ajani, so that way the Phlage doesn't have a target. They'll gain 2 more life. And 2 more energy. And the Jeskai player will scoop it up from there. Game 1 going to Boros Energy. Quite the board state made there on the play. Thank you all so much for watching us here at MTG Scoundrels. If you enjoy our content, please like and subscribe. Be a friend, tell a friend. Hopefully you guys enjoyed some of our latest shorts. Pretty proud of the last one. Coming into this matchup and going into sideboarding, it's really just a matter of what type of answers does Jeskai bring in for the Boros Energy list? And really just probably keeping a better hand in terms of an answer to things that are on the battlefield. A little bit more removal. Hopefully see your Supreme Verdicts and your Wrath the Skies. And granted, the Jeskai Control player did keep a hand with Phlage, or at least drew it at some point, so normally that's enough. But Modern's really turned into a format where you need to be doing something on turn 1, turn 2, turn 3, turn 4. And you don't want to miss land drops. Boros Energy player here probably bringing in some sort of graveyard hate. Ways to deal with Phlage coming back. And some removal that's a little bit more permanent. Now, if you're looking to get to the next games of this match a little bit faster, check the description below, because you can find timestamps there as well as deck lists for the individual players. And if you're looking to pick up some tokens, definitely check out our friends over at Arcane Artistry and their Etsy link down below. Make some beautiful food, clue, and treasure tokens in a stained glass style, and I know they've already put in some work to be able to get some more tokens available in terms of, I believe they're looking at bringing in orc armies and such. Some more of the more played tokens in the Modern format, so definitely check that out. Link to their Etsy in the description. Of course, on the left here, playing Jeskai Control, we have Noah, also a 5-color player, as we saw last week. And on our right, we have Jacob, who has consistently been playing either Dimir Frog or these Boros Energy lists as of late. And Jacob just managed to get his first top 8 in the wild at a recent RCQ, so congratulations to him. On Boros Energy. Looks like here, taking a mulligan. I believe both players are sitting on 6. Putting one back. And there's a Flooded Strand. To start off, tap Sacred Foundry. It might have been wrong. Jeskai player might have just kept a 7. No turn 1 play for the Boros Energy player. That is somewhat significant. Of course, we have a Thundering Falls off the fetch of the Flooded Strand here. Surveil incoming. Surveilling looks like keeping it on top and drawing it for turn. Tapped Hollowed Fountain and pass. Uh-oh. Missing the second land drop. Not the way you want to see it. Jeskai Control player playing the Flooded Strand and passing. Oh no, missing the second land drop 2 turns in a row. and discarding an ephemerate. Looks like the Jeskai Control player finding a Surveil land off the Flooded Strand. As I like to say in the business, don't keep one-landers. Passing the turn after playing a Plains. There's the second land. Into an Amped Raptor, usually that'll catch you up, but there is a Subtlety. Boros player will put that on the bottom. Land for turn, attack for 3. And passing. There's a Galvanic Discharge. That'll get counterspelled. There's a Lightning Bolt. That'll deal with the Subtlety. Land for turn. Fetching. Off the Scalding Tarn here. Finding an island. And that's how it starts. There's a Phlage. Plenty of cards to eat up in the bin there for the escape cost as well. There's a Disruptor Flute. Looks like naming Supreme Verdict. I might have named the One Ring there still, but there's a Phlage. That'll deal 3, gain 3. And scooping it up there on game 2. Game 2 going to Jeskai Control. Once again, thank you so much for watching us here at MTG Scoundrels. If you enjoy our content, please like and subscribe, be a friend, tell a friend. Check out some of our past videos if you're looking to check out Jeskai Control or Boros Energy as well. They've definitely been mainstays on our channel. Modern's definitely taken an interesting turn in terms of what the top decks in the format are. And plenty of people have had plenty of things to say about it. However, I think we're coming around a corner of 5 decks that you can expect to see at every single one of your RCQs. First of all, you're definitely going to see the Boros Energy list, especially the ones that are now main decking the One Ring. Because with Nadu out of the format, the One Ring is one of the best things you can be doing. And just adds card advantage to a deck that already has so much card quality on its first, second, and third plays of the game. Looks like both players taking a mulligan here. Jeskai Control still in a very powerful spot. When you have the One Ring and a finisher like Phlage, and plenty of counter spells to boot, it's kind of tough to really think otherwise in terms of its position in the format. I still think there's plenty of room for these Eldrazi decks, though I think the Through the Breach versions and regular E-Tron, mostly mono-green E-Tron, are the 2 best of the Eldrazi variants that you can be playing. And then there's Ruby Storm. And the great thing about Ruby Storm is it has an automatic win button. And it goes off very quickly. If you don't answer, honestly, if you don't have an answer for Ruby Medallion, you don't have an answer for Ral, they're probably going to spin their wheels enough to get to the win. if I was going to name a 6th deck that honestly should be in the top 5, because really none of these are in any particular order. It's obviously the Frogtide lists. They're just so good. They really are what Murktide lists were when they were Izzet, but with much better answers and ways to fill your yard quickly for Murktide. You really, as long as you land, and looks like we're starting off the game here with the Tormod's Crypt after an Arid Mesa. Not a bad start. And then there is a Surveyor land. As long as you manage to land Frog, you're going to have a really good shot of just defending your threat if you're a Dimir player. Looks like putting the One Ring in the bin off the Surveil. You just love to see it. There is a Sacred Foundry off the Arid Mesa, coming in tapped. And looks like stuck on 1 land again. That's a rough spot to be if you're the Boros Energy player. On 5 as well. So keeping the 1 land on 5 a little bit more defensible. There's a Hallowed Fountain coming in untapped, passing the turn. Aha, there's the 2nd land. Better to find it on turn 3 than on turn 4. Flooded Strand getting cracked. Finding a Plains. Illegal target of Flooded Strand. Into an Amped Raptor. There is a Tune the Narrative to draw a card, gain 2 energy in response. The Amped Raptor will flip into an Ajani here. That is what you want to see. And your way to really come back early in this game when you've missed a land drop. There's a land. Looks like a Manamo. And there's Phlage. No way to ephemerate the target of Phlage here, so the Ajani is going to die. The Jeskai player is going to gain 3 life, and the turn will be passed. Another Flooded Strand. And attacking for 4. Bring us to 17-18. Passing the turn. Land for turn into the One Ring. Looks like it's going to be on the stack. Boros player going to go ahead and crack the Tormod's Crypt before the player gains protection. Getting that Phlage out of there. And going to go ahead and crack here as well, get a tap Sacred Foundry. Untapping. Drawing. Well, here's a Lelia. Not every Boros list runs these days, but Lelia is still a very powerful card. Attacking in to get a trigger despite the protection. That lane should be coming in untapped. And the Boros player recognizes that. Jeskai player takes one off the One Ring there, and then decides to draw 2 more cards after drawing the card for turn by tapping the One Ring. Sacred Foundry. Bringing us to 14 to 17 off of that untapped Sacred Foundry. And there's a Wrath Disguise for 3. That'll clear the board. And still has 2 mana up for a counter spell, which is really where you want to be as a Jeskai player here. There's a March of Otherworldly Light, pitching an Ephemerate to try to get rid of the One Ring, but there is the counterspell as we previously mentioned, and passing the turn. Taking 2, drawing 3, bringing us to 12 to 17. And there's a Phlage. That'll bring us to 15 to 14. Passing the turn, Lightning Bolt on the end step, to the face. There's a Guide of Souls. And there is an attempt to exert the arena on the Phlage, or excuse me, not on the Phlage. Normally it would be on a Phlage. That time it was on a Phalia, trying to give it haste. But that will get hit with a Subtlety. Finding a Surveil land here. Done a pretty good job of filling your bin up to try to recast this Phlage for its escape cost. Here's a Surveil. Does it stay on top? Go to the bin. Looks like it will stay on top. Going from 11 to 14 to 8 to 14 off of this One Ring. There's a Tune the Narrative, draw a card, get 2 energy. And there's an escaped Phlage. Dealing 3 damage and getting 3 life. Draw 4 cards off the One Ring. Land for turn. Discarding a Scalding Tarn and a Dress Down to get down to hand size. Untapping, land no longer exerted, staying tapped. Casting Ophelia. And definitely an answer. And that'll be scooped up from there, showing the counterspell. Thank you all so much for watching us here at MTG Scoundrels. If you enjoy our content, please like and subscribe, be a friend, tell a friend. This match being taken by Jeskai Control against Boros Energy. And we will see you all next week.